Alright, so here today we are back over here on Marvel Mystic Mayhem. As you all know, this is again the new global launch. Today is the first day. You've had a few hours with the game. You've had hopefully a blast. Today we got a new gift code, and on top of that we got some things to talk about team building, getting you guys into the right area, and getting you guys some nice teams to kind of go and again take care of as much content as possible. Just know that there's a lot of content in this game, and not every team will work in a specific content. Please be aware of that. As always, like and subscribe. It does help a ton. Remember, comment down below Mystic. We're gonna start picking winners real soon. As again, you have to be subscribed, comment down below Mystic. That's all you gotta do if you want to enter in for a giveaway. First things first, let's redeem this gift code. It's very simple. Go over here, go over to community, and then enter the gift code as follows. This gift code was published via like teasers that were coming out for the game prior to the game launching. So if you're wondering where gift codes come from, right now we're just gonna have to wait and see like what they do with it. So far, this one came from the Discord, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's triple MGL. I think triple MGL again. I think that's what it is. Let's hit confirm over here and see if that works. Hopefully. And redeemed. There we go. Picks up not the best currency, but that is a gift code for you guys to go and use. Definitely could have been a tad bit better. Maybe some premium currency, but who am I? Who am I? Okay, that's the gift code. Go and get that redeemed ASAP and enjoy with that now if you care for it. But beyond that, let's talk about team building and how to progress in this game with, again, what sort of team you need. So first, in this game, we have a bunch of characters. We have a different set of characters each time, right? There is, again, a different entire point to this. You have your defender class, your striker class, your controller class, and then your fighter class. I'm pretty sure that's the four classes that are there. Sadly, we can't like filter by this, but pretty much if you were to open up, so I think these two will give my point here. So like Lady Bullseye is a striker character, Echo is a fighter character, Armor is a defender character, this is fighter. Pretty much a controller would now be like Strange, Emma, somebody like that. That's what a controller is. So for example here, let's pull up, this is again a defender here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Emma. I think that she's a controller. So in building a team, the main thing you want to go for sort of is, yes, like this is a game that DPS checking exists, where it's like, hey, I can just DPS push everything and like run like that. Yes, you could do that. But in most content, when it comes to a boss and everything associated, it's great to have a defender. It's also great to have a controller. It's also great to, instead having a fighter, have a striker. It always changes the kind of dilemma of what you're trying to take care of, because of, hey, I have to get in their face. If it's a boss, you know, the AoE and everything the associated to the attack, that causes problem. So you have to plan your team where it's like, okay, I can't just rock, you know, solid 3 defenders. Again, there is a team that actually rocks that, but it's not really like the best. If there's a thing that's like, hey, we're taking too much damage and we need survivability and heals, then that's a different case. But pretty much when it comes to team building, you want to try to get each of the best worlds. You want to get a bit of a defender in there, you want to get a bit of a fighter in there, maybe a bit of a striker in there, and maybe instead of a striker, maybe a controller, maybe instead of a fighter, a striker, and then instead of the original place, put a controller, right? That's kind of how it goes. For example, like one of the better teams to run is first off Armor. One of the best like free characters you can get. You get this character by going through Rallying Cry, which is 10 out of 10 off the bat. Get this character by progressing. Once you use this character, you will see how good your team will kind of change. One of the best defenders in the game, especially for a free character, one of the best characters to go for. So you run Armor, you run, let's say, Psylocke, another insanely good free character. At the end, you can also run Misty Knight. These are 3 simple free characters that can run and literally make up your team and literally let you kind of progress. Now, if let's say, okay, you know what, I got a 5-star, who can I now supplement into this team? Try to keep Armor, unless you got a really good tank, whoever that may be, your defender. Instead, maybe like, let's say we replace Psylocke, we put like Iron Man in there. Let's say even better, we replace Misty Knight, we put Scarlet Witch in there. Scarlet Witch and Iron Man are just 2 really good striker characters, and the amount of damage that they kind of give is like sort of godsend. So these are always like good things that you can always implement. So keep your defender going, then 2 strikers in here. Let's say, hey, I only had Iron Man because I pulled him the main rate-up banner. Then your third will be Emma Frost, right? Because you have now a controller applying buffs, keeping your team alive, helping your team heal, and helping your team do more damage. Iron Man's the one taking like mainly doing the damage, right? Mainly doing the damage. Armor's the one taking the damage, helping you, again, progress through whatever content it is. So that's sort of team building. Very simply, right? Grab a defender, grab a striker, controller, switch it out with a fighter. Who knows if that's what you want to, dabble with. That's there as well. let's say that, hey, I don't have armor. What am I going to do? Maybe, again, you have, let's say, Hulk. Hulk is still great to run at the early game. There is no doubt about that. Maybe you run like Hulk, Psylocke, Misty Knight because of the follow-up abilities between Misty Knight and Psylocke. Let's say Hulk is just not, he's not cutting it. If you can, and you do, remember, Doctor Strange exists, and he is a very good character to team up with most teams simply because of his heal ability and, again, his damage capability. Both is super, super good for a controller character over here. Again, he's a controller, type is Mystic Arts, whatever. One of them is a buff skill. Select one of these as spells and add it to your hand. Deal special damage to an enemy, stunning them for 3 seconds. Heals allies' target area for 30% of Doctor Strange's max HP and removes 1 debuff from the allies. Then on top of that, increasing the damage and healing. He is a very, very good character. Very good character. Heal, buff, and debuff is what he sort of has. So let's say that you were running the team, right? Whoever your defender is, armor, Hulk, whoever, right? You have them. You have your controller in the back, which is, again, Doctor Strange. Now, whoever your DPS wants to be. Would it be Iron Man? Would it be Scarlet Witch? Would it be Psylocke, maybe? Other than that, who else could be a good fit in? There is that one comp that's like I've been seeing a little bit of in like the official Discord. It was like Man-Thing, Hulk, and another person. Don't think it's Dream Queen, right? Is it Dream Queen, Man-Thing, and Hulk? I've been seeing that like being talked about. But beyond that, you could go. So yeah, this is another one. Sentry is there. Sentry is a defender. If you can't make Hulk work and you can't have armor like work for you, defender as Sentry would be, again, just fine. Running Sentry alongside maybe Scarlet Witch, maybe Doctor Strange. That's also pretty good. Emma Frost on top of that, again, that is another 5-star, but we want to keep, like, again, free to play. Lady Bullseye is there as well. She is a striker character. So again, if you were saying like, hey, I don't want to run Psylocke, I don't also have, you know, Scarlet Witch, or I don't also have Iron Man, what do I do now? Lady Bullseye, whoever your tank is, maybe then Psylocke. Boom. Yeah, no need for a controller, no need for anything like that. Just go raw DPS, go Lady Bullseye, Psylocke, armor. That could work as well. Maybe say like, okay, we don't need Psylocke, let's go maybe like a debuffer, right? Misty Knight over here as your striker. Could be that as well, right? Taking it a step further from there, though, the other thing you can do, which is also pretty good, is who else is there? So Strange, Emma, controllers, the really good ones. Striker is Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, really good ones. Oh, it's Sleepwalker. Yeah, Sleepwalker is pretty solid if you run it with a certain team. So I think it's actually Sleepwalker, Hulk, and Man-Thing. I think that's the team you would go for, just because of the like the heal and like the sort of ability to keep Hulk alive and keep the whole team just running. It's not a bad team, but it's like it's a cheese team for like maybe one boss is pissing you off. Do that as a thing, it would actually work because of how Sleepwalker is designed. It would be Sleepwalker again, Man-Thing, and Hulk. That could actually genuinely function with no issues, actually. Thread also is a little bit of a cheese one, not like the best to use, so I'm not going to recommend that one, but that is again there too. But if you're aiming for free characters, you gotta try getting armor and then running from there with your controller or your striker. But pretty much that's how you build characters. Or build teams. It's very simple. Again, it's just try to have a defender, and again, if you're not, let's say, hey, Gogo, I don't want to do a defender team. What can I do if I don't do that? You can just go like raw DPS, have like Psylocke as your front man, have Iron Man and Scarlet Witch as your back. Let's say you can't get Scarlet Witch, just let's say Doctor Strange is your back, Iron Man is your range, Psylocke as your jump and attack, right? Because of her abilities, where it's again she's dashing constantly and she applies butterfly basically across the map. This is actually very good there too. So you could say like no defender needed. Let's go DPS check. Psylocke, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, or again Psylocke, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, or again maybe even Psylocke, Misty Knight, and instead of armor, Lady Bullseye, right? That's what you can say as well. So that's also a team, right? Have your front runner being Psylocke, have Lady Bullseye in the middle, and then Misty Knight as your ranged. That could work as well. So kind of, that's the entire point of team building. Hopefully we understand it. Hopefully I helped you out here and at least got you at least some like the free-to-play teams. Yeah, there's a lot of pay to win in here because it's like, oh, you know, 5-star. Basically like, or rather Iron Man and Doctor Strange, right? That entire higher rarity. But for the most part, that's kind of how it works. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this helps you or not. They also have some team compositions over here, like showing it off. So they were saying Doctor Strange with like Hulk or Scarlet Witch. You're again defender, your controller being him. Maybe if you run your striker to be this, striker to be that. There's also this team over here. Yeah, Thor. We didn't include Thor in any of this, but Thor is really freaking good as well. He is, I think, a fighter, correct? I think Thor is a fighter, so Thor can also work. So Thor, like Doctor Strange and Emma Frost, because again, double buffs, and then your Thor is just like meat shielding and like destroying them up front. That is also pretty solid too. So yeah, Thor is great. Not talked about enough in this video, but that is one on top of it also. And what they say for Thor over here is similar, I'm guessing. Their team comp is, yeah, so Thor, Emma, and now one striker, or Thor, Emma, and then whatever else. And then AoE team, Thor, whoever else you want to swap in, whether it be Thor, this, Iron Man, whoever. But you see fighter, defender, striker. You see fighter, controller, striker, right? Kind of, that's the team composition. You don't want like too much of one category in one team. It doesn't really function too well. So take care, have fun. Spin it from me.